4 things you didn't know about oral sex psychology facts, human behavior and intimacy explained. Oral sex is often discussed in whispers or jokes, but rarely with depth or education. While many see it as purely physical, psychology reveals surprising layers about what oral sex means for emotional bonding, confidence, and human behavior. Whether you're curious, experienced, or somewhere in between, here are 4 science-backed psychological facts you might not know about oral sex. 1. Oral sex boosts emotional bonding through neurochemicals. Oral sex, like all forms of intimate touch, triggers a flood of oxytocin, the so-called love hormone. Oxytocin is linked to emotional bonding, trust, and attachment, especially in long-term relationships. Giving or receiving oral sex isn't just a sensual act. It is a biological mechanism that can reinforce feelings of closeness and safety between partners. In fact, couples who regularly engage in penetrative sexual acts, like oral sex, tend to report higher levels of satisfaction, communication, and empathy in their relationships. And this is not just about the act itself, but about the psychological reassurance it provides. Because when partners give each other this kind of intimacy, they often feel valued, cherished, and accepted, which strengthens trust and long-term relationship stability. And in many cases, it even helps repair emotional distance that might have been created by conflict or stress-making. Oral intimacy, a powerful healing tool within love. 2. It can be a reflection of power, generosity, or insecurity. Psychologically, how a person approaches oral sex can say a lot about their emotional needs or fears. Some give oral sex as a sign of devotion, while others may do so out of performance anxiety or a need to prove worthiness. Others may refuse to receive it due to body shame or discomfort with vulnerability. Understanding the motives behind sexual behaviors rather than assuming they're always about pleasure can help partners navigate intimacy with more empathy and less pressure. In fact, modern psychology shows that many people subconsciously use sexual behaviors to express what they cannot put into words, such as loyalty, control, affection, or fear. This is why communication is so vital, because, without openly talking about these hidden motives, partners can easily misinterpret each other, leading to frustration or distance. But when both understand that sex and oral intimacy often carry deeper messages, they can approach it with compassion and openness. 3. Men and women perceive oral sex differently. Psychologically, research shows that men are more likely to interpret oral sex as a sign of being desired, whereas women may associate it with emotional intimacy or self-consciousness. This mismatch can cause misunderstanding in relationships. Psychologically, how someone feels about giving or receiving oral sex often links back to self-image, sexual education, and cultural or religious messaging. Open conversation is essential, and not only because of gender differences, but also because of personal histories. Some people may feel deep pride in giving pleasure, while others may feel anxious about whether they are performing well. Similarly, some may see receiving as an act of trust, while others may feel embarrassed due to insecurities about appearance or hygiene. Therefore, navigating these differences requires patience, reassurance, and compassion without judgment. Because only through communication do partners reach true understanding and harmony. 4. Oral sex can improve mental health temporarily. Believe it or not, semen contains mood-altering compounds like dopamine, serotonin, and melatonin. Some small studies suggest that unprotected oral sex with a trusted partner may slightly reduce anxiety or depression, at least in the short term. This is not a replacement for therapy, of course, but it is one of many ways sexual connection can positively influence mental health. Furthermore, the act itself, even without these compounds, encourages relaxation, reduces cortisol levels, and enhances a sense of being cared for by someone else, which has profound short-term psychological benefits. For couples struggling with stress, intimacy rituals like oral sex can serve as grounding experience, helping both individuals feel present and connected in their bodies instead of lost in racing thoughts. Final thought. Oral sex isn't just about technique, it is about communication, trust, and emotional resonance. The more we understand the psychology behind it, the healthier, safer, and more connected our intimate lives become. And when partners treat oral intimacy as a language of love rather than just a performance, they create stronger bonds, deeper trust, and a level of closeness that extends far beyond the bedroom, making relationships not only more passionate but also more resilient against challenges and emotional struggles.